Hey, what's going on guys, it's Lewis here for a new video. I have not seen you guys for quite a long time, probably since just before New Year, but I haven't made a video updating you on the Puma for quite a long time before that. So I thought today what I'd do is go around, show you how it's going with the restoration, with the building up of stuff. I originally started filming me with the engine but got carried away and didn't film anything. So I guess you'd kind of say that I've had a bit of a break from YouTube, and regrettably so, because I wish that I'd recorded all of these bits that I've been doing on the side, all of this stuff that I've been getting powder coated, all of the upgrades and little bits and bobs that I've been replacing. So I kind of hate myself for that in a way. But yeah, today we're just going to go around, show you what the crack is with the Puma, potentially go on my grandma's. I'm not too sure. There's not really a lot more to show you guys, to be honest. I haven't actually touched the Puma itself for a while now, so we'll go around and update you on what's going on. Here's my shed. Bloody mouldy steering wheel, that needs to go in the bin like ASAP. Need to hold my breath every time I go into it, I swear. But here's just a few bits that we're sort of cracking on with. These are little bits that I've just cleaned up a little bit, you know, nothing too serious. This is for the suspension, really annoying to clean, so probably just going to leave it like that. Stuff like this I'm keeping here. All tied together as my friend Ed recommended, just to make sure everything's all safe and sound. This I've just given a little clean up. It's a bit annoying because it's not going to come up to the sort of cleanliness that I'd like it to, but it looks better than nothing. These are the hubs which I've just had pressed out of the knuckles. As you guys can see, the wheel bearing is still partially on there, so I'm just trying to decide whether or not I want to get new hubs or leave it at that and get the wheel bearing cut off, because the ABS rings are really expensive to replace. So we'll have to see about that. That's the alternator that I've just painted up for the new engine. Looking pretty nice. If I'm honest, there's not really a lot to show you in the shed. The real work is out here in the carport. Shall I show you that now? Here's the gearbox, which I'm thinking about just really cleaning up, because the drive shaft boot basically exploded, and it's going to be a nightmare. This is just paint peeling away. Here's the actual gearbox itself, so I'm thinking maybe just set a day to just go over the whole thing, get it all down to bare metal again, then give it a spray up in a matte black or a silver. Here's a little engine mount which I might replace. I would like to get it powder coated, but you can't because it's rubber here, so it'll just destroy the mount. So I'll probably just find that I'll go and get a new one. They're about 20 quid on eBay, so for the hassle of it, I might as well just get a new one. This is just a pile of bits which I'm going to be dropping off to get powder coated tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow, Monday. It's Sunday tomorrow, Monday. What we got here, we got the springs, which I'm going to be getting done in a pink. Got the top suspension spring retainers, which are going to go in a black. Brake caliper carriers, brake pad carriers, whatever you want to call them, they'll probably be going in red, the same colour as the calipers, which Jeff just kindly pressed out the pistons for me just a moment ago. So these are going to be getting powder coated. This is that little piece that sits on top of the gearbox, which isn't there at the moment. Get that done in a, I'm not too sure yet, I'll have a little think. Knuckles, which I had bearings pressed out of earlier, hubs pressed out of. They'll be going green. This is the intake manifold, we'll get that done in a nice blue. This is the lower strut brace, which I've decided to put on the vehicle. I'm just going to get it redone in the same colour, because it's a really nice colour. Ed kindly donated that one to me for free, so thank you, Ed. That's going to stiffen up the front end a little bit. This is the engine mount sort of bracket and the nut, which I'm going to be getting powder coated as well. And this is the gearbox dog bone bracket. And then last but not least, we've got the radiator support bracket, which I'll get done in a gloss black, I believe. I really like powder coat because it really just keeps its finish. It's a really tough finish, and it just means that if any stone chips get on it, it's not going to destroy the whole finish. It's just going to like nick that little tiny bit, if you know what I mean. I'm not looking to drive the car, you know, out and about in the rain or in bad weather anyway. When I go to obviously drive it, I want to take it to shows, meets and that sort of thing, but I'm not going to be daily driving it, so I want the powder coat finish to keep its finish for as long as possible. Pistons, caliper pistons, and the engine, which I don't think I've actually showed you guys yet. So what we'll do, we'll quickly do a rollback. I'll show you a bit of footage from when I first got it. Right, so there's our engine. Before I start sort of putting it on the stand, it might be wise to just free up a little bit of weight where I can. It's going to be really heavy, so I'm going to get this intake manifold off, get the engine cover off, get the flywheel off, clutch, all of that stuff, and then hopefully should be at the sort of weight where I can start, well, getting it on the engine stand, because this is bloody heavy at the moment. Didn't really want to bore you guys with all of that stuff, to be honest. I've done it all before on video, but we'll take that off there and I'll show you guys how she's looking. So here's the engine. As you can see, I've pretty much started to build it all back up again now. Got some bits powder coated, like the water pump pulley, which looks really nice. Got the sump powder coated in a nice grey, which is the same colour as the subframe. It's not been a rebuild, it's literally just been nice clean up and replacement of gaskets. This is a really low mileage engine, so I've, you know, done a compression check. Compression's all good. Ed done that for me earlier, which is really nice. The engine is sweet, so it's literally just a matter of making it look pretty now. This got a lot of dust and stuff on it from where it's been sat, a bit of water and stuff in there, but main thing that matters is that the head's all covered up, you know. Got the sun powder coated, got that back the other day from A1 Powder Coatings, so as you guys can see, it's looking really, really nice and grey. Painted up this rocker cover myself. The reason why I painted it and not powder coated is because the first time I got the rocker cover, or attempted to get the rocker cover powder coated, it reacted because it's a magnesium compound, it's not an aluminium rocker cover. So it reacted, so I opted to paint it myself this time in a red, and I think it came out really nice. I've had the fuel rail apart, cleaned that all up, painted that in a nice hammerite hammered silver. A few more little brackets that I should probably get powder coated. I'll probably take that off in a minute, take that to powder coaters. Just little bits and bobs to really complete the finish. Every nut and bolt that I could kind of find has been replaced with a zinc replacement, so it prevents corrosion and looks nice and pretty. As you can see, the same on the back end here. Still need to clean up this back bit of the head, get a bit of sandpaper over there so that the exhaust mates nicely, but that's pretty much as far as that's going to go. More zinc bits there, here and there. MSD coil pack and the superseded water manifold. I've got some new HT leads which I'll show you guys in a moment, but yeah, that's how the engine's getting on. I'm really happy with it. It's looking really nice and tidy. My only one sort of discrepancy is this crank pulley, which has currently got a bit missing out of it. I think it's probably been dropped, or it's been sort of cracked upon delivery of the engine. So I've spoke to Ed and we think that it might be okay. I might have to sort of, you know, do something about it. The only problem is the moment I take that bolt off, Ed told me that the timing would sort of go, if you know what I mean, so I'd have to get it timed again. So I'll have a little think about that, but if it runs, and if it runs fine with this little bit missing, then I don't really see the problem, to be honest. So that's pretty much as far as that goes. That's what I've been doing this whole time, just doing bits here and there with the engine. I'll bring you guys indoors now and show you a few other little bits that I've got, and then that pretty much concludes it, to be honest. That's as far as I've gotten. It's just finding the money to do these things, because obviously getting stuff powder coated isn't cheap, buying new bits isn't cheap, just doing all the stuff isn't cheap, so trying to space it out. Alright, so coming into my currently messy bedroom, these are the new HT leads which I've had. They're custom made, which are really nice. They're in yellow, so it kind of looks cool with the car. And then these are bits that I've also have powder coated. I've painted this bit, and I've painted this gearbox mount here, but bits like these with a really nice high gloss finish have been powder coated. So these are the suspension top mount pieces, drive shaft bracket, subframe torque mount bracket. So this piece obviously sits on there. This is a engine damper, like an engine mount damper, and gearbox mount along with the gearbox mount. So the two gearbox mounts there. So yeah, it's looking really nice. I also done my dipstick tube as well, done that in yellow, but I might actually change the colour of that because I think it's probably a little bit too much yellow. I'm probably going to go outside in a moment actually and just spray that up as silver or something. So yeah, that's pretty much as far as things go, guys. That's what I've been doing recently. I haven't had a lot of time, I've been working a lot, you know, and on the weekends I've been with my girlfriend, so I haven't had too much time to be able to really just sink into it. but it's nice to be able to take it slow. I do really want to get it some shows this year, so once the front end's all up together, the suspension's sorted and the engine's sorted, we can take it to a couple of shows, have a bit of fun, and then later on during the year we can get it back in the garage again, sort of leave it there and start doing the rear end bits like the rear beam, you know, the rear brakes, fuel tank, all of that stuff, get that all restored. One more thing, I'd like to thank my dad for getting me this set for Christmas. It's really nice. It's literally ideal for what I do. I've never really had, you know, tools like this before, so it's really nice of him to do that. So thank you very much, Dad, for the tools. And I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Until next time, I've been Lewis, you've been awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.